What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bittensor today. TAO. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. It is the 19th day of April. Here we are sitting at about $248 with 9 hours and 10 minutes left in the day. Let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about the price action here. So, dealing with this about a week after the Subnet seller, as he'll probably be known forevermore, a week or so after his selling event happened. I still believe, as I did this day, I still believe the same thoughts, is that we will likely see some type of recovery that will take us back around, if not even above, $300, something that is at these prior points of resistance or support. Maybe what we're forming overall is some type of slanted head and shoulders pattern. Maybe it's kind of a weird pattern. I don't think it will be a head and shoulders, but nevertheless, I think that it'll have the same results. We'll probably continue to move lower. I want to speak to the TAO faithful real quick, okay? Two things. First and foremost, we're on Binance. This is not even the all-time history. Let's go to the all-time history. TAO B. Once it loads, the first thing I was going to say, while the momentum's still there, is that I do believe TAO will see new all-time highs. I don't believe that it's going to zero. I don't believe that it's a bad investment. I do believe that TAO in time will see new all-time highs. It's taken forever to load, so whatever. We don't have to look at the long-term stuff. But I also believe that we're at a point right now, things have been set in motion that cannot be undone, where we are going to inevitably see lower prices, lower lows, and sub $100 prices ultimately. It's not going to happen like this. It's probably going to happen with some more squiggly wiggles thrown in the mix there. But that's where my head's at. So again, simultaneously thinking, of course, long-term, TAO will see new all-time highs. It will be worth thousands of dollars, maybe even tens of thousands of dollars. Who knows? It'll be worth a lot of money at some point. It's worth a lot of money now. But not before it sees its demise below this level, not before we get capitulation. So again, just a special message there for the TAO faithful. If you believe that you're infallible, if you believe that this thing is still carrying the momentum that it did from here, no. Let me try to slap you with some reality. And I know I won't. I know that I won't. I know that I'm just going to get hate for saying that to anybody who is faithful with TAO. But yeah, likely you're going to come down. This is why I wanted to show the TAO B chart, because I just feel like it would be helpful. But sometimes this third tab, man, I don't know what the curse of the third tab. TAO B. Yeah, look at that. Like it loads so much quicker on this tab. We've got the all-time history here. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? It was pretty obvious that we were going to find resistance somewhere in this area. This was the original area that we expected to find resistance, but we also encouraged the thought of going up to this area as well, above $400. But it was obvious that we were going to get some type of lower high. We have a flat base, lower highs, flat base over time. I mean, what is that, guys? That's distribution. That's what that is. Do you believe in triple bottoms? 1, 2, 3, maybe. Quadruple bottoms? No. They're just inevitable breakouts, man. And maybe this was the October 10th crash. So maybe that bottom doesn't count. Maybe we only have 3 bottoms. 1, 2, 3. Maybe that's exactly what it's supposed to be considered as. But then if we come down here again, what do you think is going to happen next? There's no such thing as a quadruple bottom. We're going to break through. And when we break through, we're going to go to prior areas of resistance to find support. And that would take us to $99, quite literally just below $100, to maybe $83, and perhaps even prior areas of support. We could go below $50. In time, this will become obvious. For the TAO faithful, it might not be that obvious now, or maybe you're aware of this and you don't care, you're going to DCA anyways and you're preparing to do that. But just understand, guys, I'm working up to the TA here. I'm building this long story to just tell you that even though I thoroughly do believe from here we will move up, things are bearish now. Things are different. We are going to get a lower high. We're going to get lower lows. We're going to forevermore, at least for the rest of this year, probably the majority of this year, continue to move down. Okay? From a low to a high, you're finding resistance at your 382. Oh, hold on. I thought I heard my baby crying, but I don't think she's crying. Maybe it's from the TV or something. The 382, finding resistance at the 382 is not a good thing, man. The fact that you're still consolidating here, you know, there's a chance it happened over the weekend, so you definitely could move up. But likely the best case scenario is that you get to the 236 right at these prior points of resistance and support here, something right around $300, psychological level of resistance. You find resistance there, you get that lower high, and then you sell down. That's probably what's going to happen. We take this from a high here to a low there. Golden ratio, 314, 325, something in this area. Hit that, boom, move down. We might only hit the 0.5. We do not have to break above $300. If you're hearing this right now and thinking, okay, I bought up here and now I'm underwater, I'll at least be able to sell back above $300. That's not promised. There's going to be a plethora. The difference between this price here right now and this price whenever we see it again, this price range, the difference is here, people were counting on the price to go back up. Now, there might still be some people who are counting on the price to go back up, but there's going to be a lot of people who are just trying to get their hands clean. They just want to sell for a neutral, a no loss or a very minimal loss compared to what it is here. There will be people who sell just on principle of de-risking, not because they're trying to make profits, okay? And there's probably going to be a lot less interest in this right now, just given the current state of things in the crypto markets. That's just my opinion. The momentum has died, okay? Let's get into the short-term stuff. We'll look into the long-term stuff in a second, but I want to look at the 1 hour time frame first, okay? 1 hour time frame here, and you know we could probably use this chart now. Oh, now you want to load. That way we have some volume. As you're moving down here, no volume, no interest, no dice. So yeah, we'll probably move back up, yes. 1 hour time frame moving back up, getting above 270, easy to predict. I very much do think that that's going to happen. We look at this from below to a high. Went below the golden ratio, 786. You're back above the golden ratio, finding support on it where you were finding resistance on it before. This is good. This is productive. Yeah, you probably do move up. And if we were to take an extension from here, from a high to a low, that area to move up to would be anything from 275 to 285 primarily. And then if you get above 285, the secondary target area would be 294 to 318, which that's where I'm expecting we go inevitably. That's where I'm expecting this next move takes you. Maybe it's just like this. Maybe it's fought for, you know, a little bit more, but inevitably I do think that we'll get up into this area. Probably closer to 306 to 297, somewhere in that area specifically, but I do assume the secondary target area will be the one that we hit. We're looking at this here, rejecting the 382 in this sense, and then finding support at the 236, productive. You've got some productive things going on with the 1 hour. Don't get too excited. It's just the 1 hour time frame, but still. Rejecting the overbought zone, no good. Breaking out of your downtrend, good. Stochastics are bullish, that's nice. And the MACD had bullish divergence, of which you're starting to fulfill that right now. Probably cross back above the zero. You've got some good things in the works here on the 1 hour time frame. That does bode well for the coming days. Maybe like the next day or two. The 4 hour time frame here, bearish RSI overall. Bit more of a neutral stance here, but bearish overall. Ooh, but you've got, oh, look at that. That's actually nice. You got some higher lows. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Looks good, man. We're probably going to work our way up to the overbought zone, and sometime next week, yeah, between the next 7 days to 14 days, between the end of this month, I would expect that we are back above $300, yeah. MACD gave you a false cross on the red side here. You can see you're about to cross back to the green effect. Literally right now, you're about to cross back green, so that's nice. The last time you had a false cross down, what happened? Let's just see. False cross down here, you were at a low point, then you moved up. Well, we're probably at a low point here. We're probably going to move up. But the momentum, the difference here is your oscillators were very far away from the 0 point here, very far away here. You're not that far away. You get that cross through the 0. What happened last time you crossed through the 0? You went on a nice little run. You moved up a little bit, yeah. You were on your way to $400, man, but then that subnet seller came out, that dastardly villain selling out. Nobody's going to want to work with him, man. Like, I get it. If there's fraud, if there's corruption and stuff, you got to address that. You're a hero. But if you're having a bitch fit, if you just don't agree and you take it out on the community, on the project that you were promising to work on, who's going to want to work with you? Like, if you're the leader of a project and you're looking for somebody to help you build your vision, you're not going to look at this guy. Because if his vision is different than your vision, he's going to act like he's the leader and then throw a BF if you don't go his way. That's what we saw. He put it all for the world to see. And not only that, he sold, I mean, at a relative high point. But, man, if he was just more tactical, he could have snagged millions of dollars more. 10 million is great, bro. Glad you got it. But I don't think he's smart. I think he's emotional. I don't know. Not that emotional people can't be smart, but that was an emotional decision, not so tactical. He really painted himself as an ass, and if he waited, he probably could have snagged a few $1 million more at higher prices. And you could have just done it. You could have just done it respectfully, over time, respectfully. People would still want to work for you. You'd be able to find a job. Nobody's going to want to work for that. Nobody's going to want that guy to work for them at all. They're not going to want to do business with him. Or if they do, I don't know, man. Maybe he's charismatic. 4-hour time frame here. Looking at this, higher lows. RSI is actually taking on a bullish shape. It really is. Stochastics are enough of me talking smack about people that I don't even know, to be completely fair. I don't know enough about it. I'm just speaking from the outside looking in. It seemed like he threw a BF and he put it on blast for the world to see, which anytime you do that, it's pretty regrettable, honestly. But the stochastics here are moving up from the oversold zone, and the MACD is definitely taking on a bullish shape as well. We crossed through that zero. I mean, it's just a matter of time, guys, before we see the prices back around, if not above $300. Look at the daily time frame. Overall, clearly in a bearish shape. Yeah, you're near the oversold area. You probably come up again. I wouldn't be surprised if you found resistance right here around the 60. Get a lower high coming in there, and then you really start the plunge. But again, that might happen. I mean, just looking at how this goes, that might happen by the end of this next week. We might be above $300 over the next like 5 days, you guys. The next 5 to 6 days, yeah. But that'll be a point to sell. I will be looking to go short there on TAO personally. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Short with tight stop losses and low leverage, so very minimal risk. And if I'm wrong, and we're up here, and I go short with low leverage, and then we take out this high, I mean, how much of a growth would that be? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'll wait for some confirmation. We'll see. Maybe a tighter stop loss, like just above. I'll figure it out. I'm not going to do it right now because again, I don't want to encourage trading. But if we get up here, and we start to show signals that we're going to move up higher, that's fine. Close the short, minimal losses, hopefully, and prepare to open it up back at these areas, the original target areas that we had back here. I just don't see this happening. And it might not happen like that. Maybe it's more methodical. I don't see that happening right now. I think the momentum is dead. But just because I don't see it happening doesn't mean it can't happen. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I do expect we'll go 300, 320, maybe 280, 300, somewhere in there. We'll find resistance and we'll come back down. That's the expectation that I have. Somebody just shot me a message. Oh no, it wasn't. Oh, my battery's about to die. That's what it is. Yeah, I can see the RSI coming up though before it plunges. I mean, it's clear you're in a downtrend. It's clear. Find resistance in your downtrend, come back down to the oversold zone. Get the party started to the downside. Stochastics are oversold. The MACD is actually right at a point to bounce, right at the zero here, so that's nice to see. Probably do that. And then ultimately, let's just see here, low to high, right at your 0.5382. Yeah, you probably come up to your 236, reject there, and then down to your golden ratio you go. And then I would assume at this point you got a bunch of the TAO faithful saying, look, the subnet seller was here and we barely dropped at all. The momentum's still here. The community's still here. Shove that community where the sun don't shine, because they're not going to send you to new all-time highs, guys. You need institutional investors for that, and they're not going to touch this thing in a bear market. No offense. You're going to have that faith. They're going to be very loud here. I predict it right now, but around $300, maybe not even above, but just around $300 and above especially, people will be celebrating as if they've already got new highs. And then whenever we go down here, what's going to happen is, to justify the loss, to justify the incorrect assumption that we were shaking off this upside run, everybody's going to really start to blame the guy that sold over here, that developer, the subnet, the layer 3 guy, or whatever, the like 3 different subnets that he was operating on TAO, that are instrumental for TAO, or were instrumental forevermore. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, guys. It was really bad that he made this public, because now everybody, all steps of the way down, whenever it's down here, they're going to look back to this moment and they're going to blame that guy. And the institutions will hear that. The people who are the ones providing jobs will hear that. They're not going to want to work with this guy. He really set himself up for failure. But you lay low, incognito. You behave yourself. Maybe make the right money investments. You might be thrown, a bone here or there. If you just lay low. But right now, I mean, at least it's in the bear market. People probably aren't looking to offer work anyways right now. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. There's a lot of building that happens in bear markets too, but I'm talking about things that I'm not really too knowledgeable on. So let's move on. It's not wise to talk about things you're not knowledgeable on. Daily time frame suggests that we will go lower inevitably. We hit that 236. We come back down below that 250 level. It's inevitable that we will see prices that are at like 205 to 190. So there's a scenario if you want to be risky like me that you can go short around here with tight stop loss to see if it works out for you. Or if you want to wait, we reject the 236, we come back to the 382. At this point, it'd be very, very, very likely that we see something on the lines of a 20% drop, and you could, throw a little bit of leverage your way. It might help with that growth. I mean, that's a 100% gain if you do 5x leverage. It's 40% gain if you do 2x leverage, 50%, and that's good enough. Anything that's like even like a 5% gain or a 10% gain is enough in my opinion. And just take that consistently, you'll be making money. But I got nothing else, man. I'm rambling at this point, so I'm gonna end the video there. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Weekly time frame. I mean, you are clearly at the same areas that you have consistently found resistance at, right at the 60. The chart pattern itself, it's just obvious, guys. It's super obvious that inevitably, with time, not today, not tomorrow, not next week, but with time, you will see lower lows. And the way that I have it drawn here, that's like September of this year, August. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something exactly like that. It's not just going to be a straight shot down, but something somewhere in this time frame. You look at this from a low to a high, all-time low to your all-time high. Well, maybe not your all-time high, but the first high, not the fake out highs. Golden ratio is at 104 to 82. Something in that zone is what I'm going for, if not lower. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Weekly RSI is bearish. Weekly stochastics are bearish. Weekly MACD is bearish. However much fun in the sun we have over the next week or two will pale in comparison to the utter eclipse of darkness that we are entering into. All the TAO faithful will forever remember the subnet seller is the one. The thing is, man, he could have just waited. He could have done it quietly. This was already programmed in. It was already going to happen. But now he's going to be blamed for it. Which, if anything's better for TAO. It's better for TAO's look, but everything's going to drop over the coming months anyway. So hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye.